It's time to hit the road again. Just so mesmerised by the beauty. So that's why I'm here today, in the hope of seeing the dolphins that pass this shore every single day. It's absolutely stunning.
Hello everybody, I trust you're all well. It's been a couple of weeks since I last made a video. I'd like to say a huge thank you to those of you who have reached out to ask if I'm okay. I'm absolutely fine. In fact, I'm more than okay. I'm working on a little something just now that I'll be sharing a little bit about with you today, and I decided when I'm creating something new that I want to invest as much of my energy into that thing as possible to create it the best that I can so it has the most benefit for you guys. So yes, I've had to have a little bit of a step back from YouTube, but all is well. I'm loving the creative process, and today I'm heading up to the Black Isle to get some photographs for this project because there's a couple of bits that I have missing to complete it, and what I'm doing today is one of those bits, and I'll share more when I get there. But first I've got to take a little detour to Loch Ness. I was staying there at the weekend and I left my laptop charger in the cottage, so a bit of an inconvenience, but it's a lovely drive, so I'm not going to complain, and I'll see you all when I get to Loch Ness.
It's all about perspective and it's all about perception.
This is insanely beautiful. I'm reminiscing right now, or I guess contemplating how our perception changes throughout life. I used to find Loch Ness to be, it didn't really speak to me. I used to think it was quite a boring loch, despite the fact that it's so world famous because of Nessie. To me, it just never evoked me in any way. Creatively, photographically, personally. But it's funny as we go through our journey in life and how our perception changes, and over the years I think going from certain landscapes to more intricate images, and then at the moment I feel like I'm weaving everything together in more of a cohesive fashion, bringing some more landscape back in with more of the intricate, intimate, detailed images. And driving up here today with such beautiful, beautiful weather, gorgeous, gorgeous sunny day, sitting beside this famous loch that, like I said, didn't speak to me, never used to speak to me. I'm sitting here today and I'm just so mesmerised by the beauty, looking at this incredible interplay between vast blue skies, huge body of water, how it's so calm in some places, how there's a current in others, how there is rocks sticking out along the edges with the most incredible, beautiful reflections with these small ripples, birds flying over the surface. It is just incredible. And then how the sunlight is reflecting on the water, and how I can also see through the water to see many of the rocks underneath covered in this beautiful algae. I just want to share this beautiful moment with you of me stopping. This wasn't my intention. I was going to go straight to the accommodation, pick up my charger and then go to the Black Isle. But something just told me to stop in this lay-by, and I'm so glad that I did. And I'm just photographing some images here, both landscape images of the side of this lake to remember this moment. And I'm also zooming into some of the rocks that are really interesting me with these beautiful reflections. I possibly could have done with a polarizer right now. It's not something I carry on me all that often anymore. But I'm using what I have. One camera, one lens, and I have my telephoto in the car. And just admiring this beautiful moment. So still, so serene. It's absolutely stunning. I've become so fascinated recently with the sunlight on the water. It always leads to really fascinating images when you photograph it. This is really interesting me. There is this perfect triangle rock just there, and the reflection is so beautiful. It almost looks like a mountain peak with snow on top. I love it. Anyway, I have a charger to pick up and a project to get on with, so it's time to hit the road again.
One laptop charger picked up. Next stop, the Black Isle. Look at these sweet little footprints on the sand, leading all the way up to the lighthouse.
Well, I've made it to the Black Isle, and as I'm sure you can see, it is absolutely glorious. I've come to Chanonry Point. I'm currently sitting on the beach at the end of the peninsula, and this is a part of Scotland that is the most famous for seeing the largest bottlenose dolphins in the world. The best time to see them is on a rising tide. It's about 50 minutes until low tide, so potentially in an hour and a half or so onwards, hopefully the dolphins will appear. You never know. It's part of the excitement of coming somewhere like this and seeing what unfolds. I'd mentioned at the start of this video that I've been working on a project over the last few weeks, and that's why I've not been here. And I wanted to take some time while I'm waiting patiently for the dolphins to arrive to share with you what this project is. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I hosted a mindful coastal photography retreat on the Moray coast. It was such a glorious week. We had amazing weather, beautiful people. 6 of you from all around the world came to join me on this retreat. It was so lovely. The coast is somewhere that's always had a very special place in my heart. I was brought up in a seaside village called Burgh Head on the Moray coast, so as a child I was surrounded by the sea every single day. And then when I was 16 years old, it was the coastal landscapes that inspired me to get into photography. And if you followed my journey from way back in the beginning of my YouTube days, you may remember that the vast majority of my videos were filmed at the seaside, and with very good reason. I loved it so much. In recent years, a couple of life changes and just differences, I guess, in the evolution of life, I've begun to photograph more inland, around woodlands, lakes, doing a lot more macro of flowers and things like that. And while I still go to the coast every single week, it's not something I've done all that much. It's not a place that I've done all that much photography at for a little while, or at least not as much as I used to do anyway. But doing this retreat the other week reconnected me with my love for the coast and reminded me how special this landscape is. And I also realised that not only did I start photography at the age of 16, but this year marks 16 years since I began photography. So it's quite a milestone for me in my journey. And after that retreat, I was sitting kind of contemplating, and I realised that I have so many beautiful images of the coastline that I've photographed over the years. I've also learnt a lot in 16 years about connecting with the coast and about photographing it, and in so many different environments and weather conditions as well. And suddenly this idea just popped into my mind of create an ebook that takes the reader on a journey through the coast, through every single landscape you can imagine, whether it's a sandy beach, The sea itself, harbours, villages, cliffs, caves, lighthouses, you know, all these incredible landmarks and places, but also to connect with things like birds and marine mammals. Literally anything you can associate with the sea. I thought, let's create an ebook bringing together many of the images I've created over the years, many of the exercises I've done over the years, many of the photography hints and tips that I've learned as well over the years, and create this beautiful, comprehensive and inspiring guide that can really inspire people to get out to the coast with their camera, to not only make photographs but to make memories, and also to slow down, be mindful and connect with this incredible location. So I've been working on that over the last 2 weeks. I'm really enjoying the process, and while I've got many images to include in this book that I photographed over the years, there's 2 chapters that I need some more images for. One is villages and the other is marine mammals. And although I've seen many seals, dolphins, and even a couple of whale encounters over the years, I barely have any photographs of these incredible creatures. So that's why I'm here today at Chanonry Point, in the hope of seeing the dolphins that pass this shore every single day. And I just hope that they will make an appearance while I'm here, because one thing that's very important to me when I'm creating a book and a guide like this is to ensure that there is images there to sum up and visually showcase what it is that I'm sharing with you. So yes, I've got everything crossed today that the dolphins will appear, but as I'm waiting for their arrival, I'm just going to enjoy this stunning location. I have got Chanonry Lighthouse behind me. Lighthouses are one of my favourite things. It's beautiful. Look at the view in front of me. We've got Fort George over there. Over there is the point that the dolphins are most likely to be seen at. And I'm just sitting here with bare feet, enjoying this view. Right, I waited 2 hours, there was no sign of them. I know that's not very long in the wildlife watching world, but I think I'm going to head home now and do a little bit more physical work on this ebook. And if I can, and I say if I can because we have a wildfire going on near my home in one of the big woodlands nearby, if I can, I'm going to go to the coast this evening and see if I can find some marine mammals in some of the harbours and bays near me. So we'll see how it goes, like I say, because of this fire scenario. But yeah, for now I'm going to head back home, see how things are getting on. And yeah, it's a shame not to see them, but I tried and I'm not giving up. And the great thing is, I did get some photographs that I also needed for the book while I've been here. So it's definitely not been a trip wasted. It's never really about the photography though, is it? It's about the experience. And I've certainly had a beautiful experience today.